Everybody, it's your friend Jason Pound answering the top questions that home sellers are asking in today's real estate market. And today we are answering the question, should you rehab your kitchen or should you remodel your kitchen? Real quickly, we're gonna look at some data, give you a short answer, and then take delight as I over-explain. Real quickly, a remodel is where you replace everything. You got that puppy to the studs. You get new cabinets, new countertops, new sinks, new everything. You should look to receive a 50 to 60% return on investment. If you go through and strategically spruce up the kitchen and hit the highlights that people care about, you can see a 70 to 80% return. The assumption that we're making here, as I begin to over-explain, is that people are not buying the kitchen, they're buying the house. So if you have a little $300,000 house and you go drop $200,000 in a kitchen remodel, you have overspent, and people cannot afford at that price point to pay for the house and pay for your kitchen. So you need to make sure that what you do to the kitchen is appropriate to the rest of the house so that it fits in with the vibe. Knowing that the data supports a small strategic rehab over an intense remodel, I am not telling you to not remodel your kitchen. I am saying that if you were coming to me and saying, Jason, I want to sell my house in the next 3 to 6 months, what do you recommend? I recommend a quick and easy strategic rehab. But if you're gonna live there another 3 to 5 years, by all means, do the remodel and get the kitchen that you want and live in it, enjoy it, and maintain it well. And you will get emotional equity as well as monetary equity. So if you're doing a quick spruce up, these are the 5 things you need to focus on. Cabinet hardware, new faucets, new light fixtures, fresh paint, and new countertops. There is a caveat to the countertops. So let's talk about that. First of all, cabinet hardware. It is very important that you look at magazines, you look at new listings, you look at the houses that are selling, and see what the current buyer's market is appreciating and wanting in a house that they are shopping for. Just because you like gold does not mean you should use gold. Just because you like bronze does not mean you should use bronze. And just because you like silver does not mean you should use silver. If you are intentionally and strategically doing this so that you can sell your house for more money, you need to look at the houses that are out on the market and currently being sold. Not the ones that are for sale, but the ones that have been sold, and see what the current consumer is wanting. And that, combined with some excellent advice from a tasteful realtor, such as my wife, can get you a big bang for your buck. Number 2, new faucets. Once again, you need to have a vibe that is matching itself, and you need to have a vibe that the market is desiring. It's very easy to install new faucets. You don't always have to hire a licensed plumber to do that. If you have a handy spouse, you can do that yourself. I am the least handy person I know, and even I can do that. My wife is the one who fixes the refrigerator, not me. And I have been able to replace faucets with ease. Number 3, new light fixtures. Most homes today have light fixtures in the kitchen. They have an adjoining dining room with the light fixtures. And if you don't have them already, go ahead and get under cabinet lighting. Those 3 upgrades with matching lights will make the kitchen seem larger. It will add layers of light, which with dimmer switches allows you to turn on everything at once, turn on just the kitchen and turn off the dining room, or turn on the kitchen and dim it and then turn on your under cabinet lights, or turn everything off and turn on the under cabinet lights. If you have layers of light as options for people, it makes the home feel more luxurious and unique. Fresh paint. When we are talking about fresh paint, obviously in most kitchens there are backsplashes and cabinets and You don't get to see a lot of walls, so it's not too expensive to freshen up the paint for the walls of your kitchen. Where it does get expensive are the cabinets. A lot of people pop the hardware off, go down to the local hardware store, buy some paint and buy a paintbrush, and they try to update the paint themselves. The problem with that is you end up with this caked look that nobody wants to purchase. And in a few months, that paint is going to start peeling. I think it is important to my buyers because I point it out. When I walk into a house, I can know whether it was a do-it-yourself job or whether it was professionally done. My wife and I think that it is important to hire the painting of the cabinets to be done by a professional, and preferably one that specializes in painting cabinets, because there is a different skill set between painting cabinets and painting walls. And when you walk into a house in which the cabinets have been done properly, they've been prepped properly, they have been painted properly, and the proper chemicals have been used and the proper paints have been used for kitchen cabinets, you can tell, and it sets that kitchen apart. Final one, new countertops. This one is not a necessity. It depends on the situation. Do you have a countertop that is completely outdated, or do you have a countertop that's pretty neutral and can be used? My wife and I, and some of our updates that we have done to some of our properties, rather than going up to full granite, we have looked at some solid surface materials that have been custom poured. We have also looked at some quartz. And then in lower price points, we actually have looked at Formica options as well. So match your price point to the appropriate materials. Butcher block is a great one for all price points. Don't get the thin stuff, get the nice thick stuff. But countertops do not always have to be dealt with, and you can put the majority of your money into painting the cabinets, getting good hardware, and getting good light fixtures. And by placing your funds here, the countertops are not as big a deal. As usual, my name is Jason Pound with Jerica Pound Realty Group. We are realtors with Keller Williams Mullenix. We service the entire metro area with hyper-local expertise in South Oklahoma City, Moore, and Norman. If we can be of service, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Peace out. Have a great day.